Today, we're diving into an ancient and, let's be honest, a pretty controversial story. It's a tale about rebellion, temptation, and a single choice that would unleash giants upon the earth, changing everything for humankind. You know, when you think about mythology, your mind probably jumps to stories about all-powerful gods and creators. But some of the most haunting legends out there, they aren't about the gods at all. Nope, these stories start with their messengers, the celestial beings whose one job was to watch over humanity. Instead, they chose to come down and give in to a desire that would have catastrophic consequences. Okay, so let's set the scene. We're on a young Earth. Humanity is just starting to spread out and flourish. It's this picture of innocence, right? But it's all being watched from above. And that watching is turning into fascination. And what's so incredible is that this isn't some story someone made up last week. It comes directly from ancient texts. The very words we're looking at here have been passed down for centuries, describing a specific event that changed the world. So the text says that as the children of men grew in number, they had beautiful and comely daughters. And up in the heavens, the angels, who are called the children of the heaven, they're watching all of this unfold. And they see something they really, really want. And boom, right there, that's the moment. Observation becomes a plan. The angels literally turn to each other and say, come on, let's go pick out some wives for ourselves from these humans and have kids. This one single thought is the seed for a massive celestial rebellion. But look, a transgression this big, this is a huge deal. It's not something you just do on a whim. The angels knew exactly what was at stake. So their desire pushed them to make a pact, one they could never, ever come back from. Their leader, an angel named Samjaza, he actually voices some doubt. And it's such a fascinating moment. He's not really afraid of committing the sin. He's afraid of being the only one to get punished if the others back out. He knows the penalty for this is going to be enormous. So what do the others say? They double down. They decide to make this thing official. They all agree to swear an oath, binding each other with mutual imprecations, which is just a fancy old way of saying they put a curse on each other. It's basically, we're all in this together, and if we go down, we all go down. And just how many angels are we talking about here? The text gives us a specific number, 200. So this wasn't just a couple of rogue angels. This was a significant legion, a whole battalion of celestial beings joining this conspiracy. And here's a detail that really grounds this myth in the real world. The angels came down to a specific mountain to swear this oath. And according to the story, that very place came to be called Mount Hermon, because Hermon is related to the word for their binding curse. The landmark was literally named for their sin. So the oath is sworn, the deal is sealed, the plan is officially in motion. The angels descend, and their impact on humanity is immediate. And it was about way more than just taking wives. Just as they planned, the 200 angels came down to earth. The text says each one chose for himself one wife, and then began to go in unto them and to defile themselves with them. The pact was fulfilled. The line was crossed. But their sin wasn't just about the physical act. Oh no. The text tells us they did something else, something that would poison humanity from the inside out. They started to teach. They shared forbidden knowledge. And just look at what they were teaching. Charms and enchantments. We're talking magic. The cutting of roots and acquaintance with plants. That sounds a whole lot like advanced chemistry and biology, maybe for making potions or poisons. This was stuff humanity was just not ready for. Secrets of heaven and earth that were delivered way too soon. So this union of celestial and mortal beings had one final, absolutely catastrophic result. An offspring that wasn't angel, wasn't human, and one that the world was totally unprepared to handle. The human women they took as wives, they became pregnant. But what they gave birth to was something the world had never, ever seen before. The text actually tries to give us a sense of their size, 3,000 ells. Now, we can argue all day about the exact measurement of an ancient ell, but honestly, it doesn't even matter. The point is, we're talking about a scale that is almost impossible to imagine. Beings that were literally the size of mountains. These were the giants, and right from the moment they were born, they were a plague. The text is crystal clear. They consumed all the acquisitions of men. They were born with an insatiable hunger and immediately started draining humanity of all its resources. I mean, Can you even imagine trying to feed a population of creatures that big? Every single farm, every animal, every bit of stored food, gone. It was all devoured. The angel's sin didn't just break some heavenly rule, it unleashed an actual ecological and social collapse on the world. The giants ate everything humans had, and pretty soon, there was absolutely nothing left. And that leaves us with a truly chilling question. When the world can no longer feed the monsters it has created, what on earth happens next?